Hello, 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 everyone. It's Kim from K&RP here in southeastern Manitoba. It is a beautiful, sunshiny day today. It is currently minus 13 Celsius, which feels like minus 18 with the wind chill, which means it's 9 degrees Fahrenheit, but it feels like zero with the wind chill. So today we are going to do bookmarks because that's the stick that got pulled last week. But before we start with the bookmarks, I would really like to thank, hey, and welcome. I would like to, oh, look, I've got part of my camera covered. There we go. Oh, still. I had the slide over the lens. I was doing some banking. Hey, Jan, welcome. So I want to thank everybody who was here on Sunday. I was a little bit distracted trying to get everything and all my ducks in a row. You know how it goes. So I didn't quite acknowledge everybody who was here, but I really appreciate everybody who was here watching, everybody who participated. You know, I also want to do a little bit of a show and tell before we get started. Um, okay, first things. When I did my masks for the print off, I just used paper. And of course, yeah, they rolled up and they made a mess and whatever. But I saved them. So I used the masks in. Now I have to find it. Oh, no. Anyway, I used the masks as my collage fodder for my collage fodder thing. I haven't posted the picture yet. I had a crazy day yesterday where, you're doing one thing and then all of a sudden you're doing six other things and you get nothing accomplished. I'm sure you guys know how that works. So anyway, I used it as collage fodder and I doodled on it. And they turned out really, really nice. So I will be posting a picture of that for my collage fodder for yesterday. I wanted to, those who aren't on my Facebook group, I wanted to show, remember we did this squishy print. I don't know what they're called, monoprints. And we get these, again, I lost the word for them. So I did color it with pencil crayons and some inks. So I turned the black and white into landscape. Yeah, it's mirror image because we smushed the pages together, right? So I colored that. What else have I done? I don't know. I've been doing stuff, just not lots of this kind of stuff. Okay, so before we get started, let's pull a thing for next week. We need a color: yellow, pink, red, green, blue, brown, neutral, orange. Are you orange? No, that's red. I'll put my glasses on so I can see. Hey, Sherry, nice to see you. Thanks. Okay, first color is what we're doing next week. Unless you guys are tired of this weekly thing. Also, we have discussed kind of, and the first Sunday of every month, we're going to be doing one of those big group, what we did on Sunday. Journal cards. We're doing journal cards next week. That's going to be so much fun. All right. So these can go away. This can go away. Today is bookmarks. So, you guys were along with me when we did these ones on those pull-out things for Kleenex boxes, right? They're the nice ovals, but they got that little dip thing in. And because I put that bead and the sequin on it, it didn't go through the mail. It got returned to me. Oh, awesome, Sherry. I'm going to have to check that out. I'm just so behind on everything right now. They don't go through the mail. The little slot, I got charged extra. So just a heads up, if you're putting beads or sequins with beads on them, check if it goes through the mail slot. But we have done these ones in the past on my live. I want to show you, I was in a Halloween swap for bookmarks a couple of years ago. Sherry, do you want to put the link in? Can I turn you blue? I'm trying to turn Sherry blue. Here we go. Okay. Can you put that link in of the one that you did, please? So I was in a bookmark swap a couple of years ago, and it was a Halloween bookmark swap. So I did this one. So my tassel has little silver star sequins on it. Hey, Sharon, nice to see you. I did use the Cricut for cutting out this funky tree. It was a silhouette I grabbed from somewhere. And then, of course, the tombstones and pumpkins are my own device. I used that napkin as the background, and then I just used some paper towel for the clouds and a circle for the moon. That circle's actually orange. But yeah, so this is a big bookmark. That's like for a large size journal. Okay, so those are the bookmarks I'm showing you. So what I have to play on for bookmarks today is I've got 2 pieces of masterboard that we played with just before Christmas last year, before we started doing this. We made some masterboard, so I know that I marked them as belly bands, and I am going to have to put a backing on, but that's okay. I've got those to use for bookmarks. And of course, I have lots of book page. I've glued 2 or 3 layers together, and they're still a little floppy, but I'm going to have to back them anyway, so I can put something a little bit stiffer on them. So I've got those that I can use as bookmarks. They're kind of cute. You can do lots with these kind of little scrappy things. I think this one actually was a brayer off, maybe. I know that I do brayer offs in the book too. Hey, Belinda, nice to see you. Linda and Sharon and Jan and Anne and Sherry. Awesome. Sherry did a live stream after our marathon on Sunday, and she did prints along with us. So she's going to post the link to that in the chat there so that you guys can check it out. Okay, so 2 or 3 pages. I think these are only 2 because I know that 3 pages seem to be a little bit stiffer. And then, of course, I had to open up a couple of large boxes of Ziplocs, so I kept the centers so that I could use these as bookmarks as well. You were drawing a Starbucks. Goodness. Starbucks, having a good time? Awesome. Yes. So, where do we want to start? Let's cover these first so that they're ready to go. I'm going to leave this one the size it is because sometimes I do the bigger journals. This one I am definitely going to chop in kind of half. If it's half, it's good. If not, oh well. Kim does not measure. Those of you who know me know that. So they're going to be nice and little bookmarks, which is good because actually that would fit nicely in a paperback, right? Oh, yeah. And then, of course, when I do bookmarks, I do these kinds of things, like my smushed snowman, so that his little feet could hang out the bottom, and his head and poor little arms are out the top. And he's got a little maple leaf heart because we're Canadian. Okay, we're not going to do those bookmarks today because we're doing paper. But we could do those if somebody has an interest in doing them later on. Okay, we're going to cover these. Let's cover these with one of these. Oh, another thing. See, bouncing all over the place. Surprise, Kim's back. Ron was playing in the shop. There's Sherry's link to her live for her prints. Please check it out. I know I'm going to check it out. So Ron was playing in the shop because our oldest grandson wants to learn how to do some wood turning. Look what he made me. Look at this cute little box. And it's not finished. He said I could paint it. So I don't know what I'm going to paint on it, what I'm going to keep in it. But it's a really cute little box. Purple heart. That's the only thing. It's purple heart, and it looks like walnut. Yeah, why would I want to paint that? Those are nice woods. Oh, because this has a pine knob, and it's the knob he didn't like. Hey, Barbara, welcome, welcome. So we're doing bookmarks today. So I've got some masterboard pieces that I'm going to use as bookmarks. I've got some glued together painty paper on book page. Well, I guess it's painted book page. And then I pulled these out so that we can start with them. And they were just from Ziploc bags. Yeah, Teddy Bear's Picnic. Yep, I know that song, Barbara. I do, I do, I do. Okay, so these are the prints from me printing on Sunday. Out of them all, this is the one I love the best when we did the masks. I actually think this is going to end up being the cover for that little wee journal that I was playing with. So I think that might end up being a cover. And then I need something that it's just background, right? So it could be darn near anything. This one stuck because I was doing too many things at once. I do also crochet bookmarks. This one. But I do things other than snowmen too. I've done cats and I've done mice and you would request crocheting bookmarks and autumn leaves. I could do that. I could definitely do that. You can put any kind of a head on that kind of a bookmark. Okay, so this got stuck to the when I had here the plastic cutting mat because I was shuffling people around and I had paper down and I didn't pull it fast enough. I could use this as a bookmark back. That would be nice. I can use this as a bookmark back. This is the very first one we did with stencils. I had backgrounded a bunch of papers before I started, and that was just the pull after that one. And you know what, guys? Teddy Bear's Picnic. Ah. That's the one where the string got all wrapped up on my brayer. I love that effect. It's like a scribbly. That is going to make such cool leaves. That's what it looked like without all the dance around the living room like wild things. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, guys. I planned on kind of having this together before I... Okay. I'm going to use those two to cover these bits. So what I'll do is I will just... That doesn't fit quite across. It's a little bit longer. This one will have to go this way. So I'm going to make sure it goes there. And then this one, I can go across here. Perfect. So I'm just going to glue those down and kind of let them dry for a minute under something heavy. If I can find my glue. See, I was prepared. There we go. I really was. Yeah, an elderly English fellow. I think it was Stanley Holloway who used to sing that. The thing with the Ziploc boxes, they kind of have a bit of a plasticky finish. So sometimes the glue sticks, sometimes it does not. I didn't sand them or gesso them, which I probably should have. But you know. All right. You're knitting. What are you knitting? Another blanket? No, not everybody puts bookmarks in journals. Some people do, some people don't. I like to have a few on hand just in case I decide to. But it's definitely not a mandatory thing. Because sometimes you just want that tassel sticking out the top. Well, I do. And of course, you can just make the bookmarks. And if you buy a book for somebody who loves to read, stick your own bookmark in there. It just adds a touch of love. A touch of love. Oh, the vest? Okay. You're working on the front? I love tassels too. We're going to make some little tassels. That's what I forgot to grab. It's okay. I can use like a old card like we use for scraping paint. So normally I would take that and put it under a stack of books over there until tomorrow, but it'll be what it will be. We will use it. Next week we're doing journal cards. I hope you guys are ready for fun and adventure. I'm still trying to figure out that cartoon. Stay tuned for adventure. If anybody remembers that, I think Anne said Adamant. I don't know. I've been looking on Google and I'm coming up with all kinds of strange stuff that has nothing to do with cartoons, let me tell you. Okay, so I want to go in a little bit. So we're going to go to there. So again, I really appreciate everybody who was here on Sunday. It was a blast. Yep, we got the guys here and the mushroom. All right, so we're going to put these on here. What have I got here that's heavy that I can put on this for a little bit? I have all kinds of stuff. I'm just putting it behind me on the floor. Let's put the bits box on. The bits box is heavy. So, of course, like I say, I'm going to put backing on these ones. Right. So these are from Masterboard. These are just some painty papers on book page that are glued down. A couple of layers of paper on. Now we have to decide how we want to decorate. You guys know that my go-to is usually my florals. Oh, we could also do those little corner ones too, right? Do you remember those corner ones we did? I've got these fun little words that I did. And yeah, I'll use some words on bookmarks. To me, these are just kind of like fancy borders. So I did a whole bunch of little, because I thought it's black scrap, in thin strips like this. So I wrote on them with metallic gel pens. So now I have a grouping of words that I can use. I've got these fun flowers. I think these are too big for these ones. Although if I cut them, they could be kind of interesting. I could probably, but I think that they'll go nicer on these ones. So I think I'll use a couple of these wildflowers. Oh, look, wildflowers. I like that. Hey, Brenda, good afternoon. Nice to see you. We don't want to make them too thick, though, right? Because they're going between, if you get somebody a book, they put it in a book, you don't want to muck up the spine. We're not going to use that. I've got this green as well. What do you think? I've been doing a lot of mass media, like mass production again. I'm just kind of rummaging in the box here to see what I've got. What have I got? Because remember I said I dumped that box on the floor and all my bits fell and they're all mixed up together now. Oh, that would look lovely right there. We're going to do this kind of without thinking. So I'm going to take one piece and I'm going to put this piece down. Now this piece is one of the waxed pieces I did on, let me just see if I can find it here quick. This thing. Now, I don't even know what this thing is, but what does it say on it? Oh, look, easy bake. I have no idea why you would need something like this for an easy bake oven, but it's got two sides, and the sides are lots of fun. So what I do is I take a thin strip of paper, because we know that Kim always has whack loads of thin strips of paper. And then I take a crayon and I go over it and do a rubbing. Same on the back. And then I put watercolor on top of them. So it kind of went around the wax, acted like a resist. I don't know how well you can see that. It acted like a resist, and it's got a really interesting texture. But I don't know if I got wax on the bottom of it or not, but sometimes they don't really like to stick down nicely. But anyway, so I like to use lots of my thin strips on bookmarks because it's another way to use them up. I'm going to glue this down. And if you don't have thin strips, wait, you will. You will end up with thin strips. So I'm just using, this is Elmer's Craft Bond. It's a clear glue. It's really sticky. And I'm going to just put that down this side. And you know what? We'll decide if that's going to be the right side or the left side closer to when we're done. Okay, so we've got that. Oh, what's in the cap? Now I kind of like this purple flower on this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it. And I know it's torn. You know what? Maybe I'll just tear it. Okay, I'm going to glue it halfway down there. Yeah, it is from Kenner. I never had an easy bake oven, and it shows. So I can't bake. The only thing I can bake is bread. Okay, so I'm going to do this so that half of this flower is on this side. And we're going to take this. So if you have larger flowers, sometimes you want to work on little things like this. You can put it hanging off the edge, and then you just go and you rip it along the edge because this edge is ripped. So I'm just kind of following through with that idea. I like having half flowers and stuff. And then I'll do this piece over here. So I've got the whole flower on, but it's half and half. Does that make sense? Well, it's not quite half. This is what I did with those journal cards that I posted on Instagram. Speaking of which, did you guys have that crazy thing with Facebook this morning? Oh, it was nuts. Couldn't get on. Okay. So, really, this is a cute little bookmark. 2 pieces of flower. They were on your wish list. Yeah. I like this. I don't know that I want to add anything more than a tassel to it. We will outline these in black. Let's do that first and see what we think. I'm just going to use a black gel pen. And we're going to outline these petals. Again, if you find or you cut a big flower out of magazine page, or you fussy cut one out of one of those wonderful gardening books, or Flowers of the World, or even leaves, and you work on a lot of small stuff, I like them going off the page. Like, those are cute. You learned lots of stuff after your girls were born? Yeah. I'm not sure that they were around when I was little. I wasn't interested in that kind of thing then, that's for sure. But once I was a little bit older, but by that time, Mom just let me use the big oven. She had sent me to our local um, natural gas company, used to have cooking classes for kids. And so I did a couple of cooking classes with, I can't remember what the natural gas company was called. Oh, awesome, Anne. Her brother gifted her a tiny cast iron stove with itty bitty pans. Her sister and she started fires in it and cooked on it and in it. Okay, so the thing is I can come with a white pen and just do some lines or squiggles on this. Oh, look. Remember I said I couldn't find that book? I have to show you what I did with the. This is one of those masks that I was just showing you from the prints that I did on Sunday. So it went from looking like this to once it was doodled on, it's kind of a cute piece in there. Yes, it was the blue plush genie to kids. It was that flame doll. Can't remember the name of them though. Anyway, once you doodle on something, it gets a whole new life. Look at how ucky that is, that piece of collage fodder. Then it becomes something fun. Yeah, what was that? What was the company's name? Jam. Do you remember? Sherry? Anyone? Because it was shaped like a flame. It had little wee arms sticking out, and little wee feet sticking out the bottom. Very strange. Okay, let's draw some white lines on this and see if we can. Because, yeah, the background's cute. It's pink and purple and turquoise. How about if we just do like wavy lines? I like wavy lines. They don't have to be super elaborate. I think this is what so many of us as junk journalers believe, that everything has to be really, really elaborate. And the reason that I say don't worry about it being elaborate is because if you're doing a journal and everything's handmade, how much time do you really want to spend doing all the bits? I mean, I like doing bits. Don't get me wrong. I love doing bits. But because I've been doing a few more journals, I've decided that I just can't. Totally different picture once you doodle just squiggly lines. Yes, a light bulb baked a small cake. Okay. I'm going to consider this bookmark done, except for gluing the paper on the back, punching a hole, and putting a tassel on it. I did pull out my crochet cotton. That's what I figured I would use for tassels. Not that this beige goes with this. What have I got? What else have I got? right beside me. I moved the bag of crochet cotton. So, we're back. I need the crochet cotton. What did I do with the bag, guys? I cleaned my desk totally and completely for the print-in on Sunday. And you would never know. It's now full of other stuff. The stuff that I moved for the print-in is piled on a table on that side of my desk. And this one, so I can do a green or orange. I've got a nice orange. We can use that for this tassel. And I've got a hot pink. You know what? I think that hot pink would look really nice. Hey, Pam, nice to see you. Nice to see you. Okay. So let's just do that. Oh, I was crocheting something with it, so it's a little bit kinky. Before I make a tassel, well, I'll make the tassel, but before I add it to this, what I want to do is glue it onto what I'm going to use for the backing. I'm just going to glue it down onto white, just like that. Of course, you can decorate both sides of it if you so desire. So just going to run some of this sticky glue on the back of this book page. Yes, this is definitely only a double layer of book page. No wonder. No wonder it's not fun. It's not as solid as I would anticipate. Okay, so we can glue it down. Now, of course, if you want, you could come over and put a piece of packing tape on top of this. Protect it like any other book page would be. Wow, and that's a lot to cook for all at once. I failed home ec, Jan. I failed home ec. Does that surprise you? Should we put some packing tape over that? What have we got to lose? It's just paper, right? Just paper. I just have to get in the drawer and grab some packing tape. Because I thought of it earlier, and then because... what? Because it went in one brain cell and out the other, I didn't grab any. Yep, I failed home ec. I think that's pretty funny. I got honors in auto, though. Okay. So I am just going to... And I don't know about you, but I never have luck with my tape going down really nice and smooth. Good enough. Good enough. So you don't really need to have a laminating machine. And I always like to just fold a corner under so that I can find it. Right. Oh, one more or one less at dinner? Yeah. I don't mind cooking for that many people. So because this is torn, I'm just kind of doing a bit of a wobbly cut, not necessarily exactly following it, but close enough. So I've got the paper on top. It's glued to the backing. And the tape too will help give it a little bit of stability. A little bit of stability. Now, of course, my book, when you tear out the book pages like this, it could be wider at one end than the other. If you would like it cut straight, by all means, cut it straight. There we go. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to take my bone folder, if I can find it. Oi. If I can't find my bone folder, I will just use scissors. Or something like, you know what, I'm just going to use this here card. And I'm just going to drag it down really firmly. Because I could have sworn I just saw my bone folder. Wing it with Kim. It's another wing it day. Dropped cooking, went back to sewing. I failed sewing too. Totally failed home ec. So that's a cute bookmark. So now we're going to punch a hole in it. They don't have to be super stiff, but they have to be firm, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to punch a hole. Now, if you've got little grommets that you want to put in it, by all means, put little grommets in it. If you want to draw lines on the back of it so people can write notes to each other, then you can do that too. Okay, now let's make a tassel. We're just going to take one of these card things. We're not using that one. We were using the hot pink. Do you guys know how to make tassels? So we're going to start. We're going to take a piece of string and we're going to just put it across here. And we're just going to take a little piece of Scotch tape and put it down. You made food that you guys never ate? What? Cocoa and cinnamon toast. So I'm just holding it down like that. So we've got a piece across. Then we're just going to take this, put it to one edge, and we're just going to wrap it 10 times. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to end it here. So we're going to take the tape off. And we're going to pull this string to the top, to one edge, and we're just going to tie a knot. Just to hold it together. Then we're going to slide it off of the, no, we're not going to stick tape to the mushroom. Go slide it off the card. You could use whatever size you like. And then at this end, we're just going to cut them. All those loops, we're just going to cut them. So we've got a little fringy thing. Now we're just going to take another little piece of string. Probably about that long. Maybe 5-6 inches. I had to make cream of tomato soup, toast triangles, and a light dessert. Strawberries in refrigerator. We sliced them and sprinkled with sugar. Points off, because strawberries wasn't a recipe. Oh my. Oh my. Okay, so where we've got this tied, we're going to go about 1/2 inch down. We're going to hold the string beside it. See, we've got the tassel here, and we've got this string a little sides away, and we're going to wrap this tight around like we're choking it. Wrap it pretty tight. 4 or 5 times. And then we're going to tie these in a knot. Now, those of you who macrame in the past, you know how to do those wrap knots where you hold the string and loop and you pull it through and the loop is hidden and the knot's hidden and it stays put. I could show you guys how to do that. I need thicker cord in which to do it. But if you're interested in learning that, I can always show you that as well. So it's got the little knot in it, and we're just going to pull it down with the rest of the tassel. Then we've got these strings here. We're just going to tuck one through the loop and tie a knot. I like to just do like an overhand kind of knot. If you can get them both through the loop at the same time, that's great. I did not manage that. Is it going to stay? Nope. Souffle. Baked scrambled eggs. Awesome. Okay. So I just tied a little knot in it. Cut it just above the knot. And then we've got a tassel. There we do it. We have a bookmark with a tassel. And then we can add things to the tassel. We could tie sequins on or whatever, like I did on this one. All I did was string a sequin on, tie a knot in the end, and then I did put a dab of glue on just so that the knot would hold. So there we have it, one bookmark. Soft-boiled eggs in the microwave. Yeah, I do that too. I do the in water, Barbara. One bookmark. Let's do this orange one because I've got this lovely flower. It actually has gold paint on it. So obviously it wasn't a brayer off. I'm going to make a couple like this and then we'll go and move on to decorating the these ones. Oh, that one, I can show you how to do that one. We just did that on my stream a couple of weeks ago, Sherry. Let me just use a square of paper. You know what? Let's just use this because we can. I know that this is a straight edge, and this is a straight edge. So we're just going to do it that way. Just do it this way. We're going to make a square. Right. Like this. Then we're going to trim it so it's square. Maybe. Okay, so we've got the square folded into a triangle. I do it for like 55 seconds and it works perfectly, Barbara. So yeah. Okay, so now we open it up. We fold this up to the fold, the bottom point up to the fold. You fold it up. Then you take this point, this one, and you fold it to that point. And this point, and you fold it up to that point as well. Or as close as it will go. Now you take these and you fold it over that center there, right? And then you do that with the second one. You take it and you tuck it in there. This paper is a little bit stiffer than, so I'm not getting quite as nice a point at this side. But there you have it, a little corner bookmark. So it would go on the corner of your page, or if you do it this way, you've got a nice space to decorate. Is that the one, Sherry? Oh, thanks, Barbara. Is that the one? Obviously, this isn't a square because I've got a rectangle. If I used a proper 4-inch square of paper or whatever, it would be nice. But it's really nice and simple. And you get lovely little corner marks. You got it on your desk? Awesome. I know that we just did it recently. Okay, so I'm going to do the same kind of floral thing with this flower. And you know what? Maybe I'm going to take a leaf and put it behind. I bet you I've got a nice big leaf someplace in this mess. And if I don't, I will cut one because I have the stuff to do that with. Okay, it doesn't look like I've got any nice cut out leaves. Wow, have I got a mess in this box of stuff. Okay, so I need a piece of greenish. No. You know what? What if I took this and put it across? And then flower here and flower at the bottom on that side. I think that could be interesting. Oh, hang on. My cousin's messaging me. Why is my cousin? Get some fabric to make a baby quilt? Yes. Okay. Sorry. She was going to come to the live today. You know what? Maybe I can just copy this. She's going to be a great grandma. She's excited. There. Okay. So now if I took this is one of those. Okay, let me. I'm way off track, guys. I'm so sorry. Boys cooking class. Provide their own. Yep. Exactly. I remember that, Marguerite. We had to make aprons. I failed that. You don't remember how? I don't know how I remember these things, Jan. I don't. Okay, I'm gonna glue this thing in the middle. It's one of the new wooden stamps that Ron made me, and I was playing. I'm gonna glue that there, and then I'm gonna put the flowers on. So the background's gonna be pretty well covered up, but you know, it's what happens. We're having fun, right? No rules. We're just gluing stuff together and trying to make it look nice. And you know what? I'm going to go down here. Not even close to center. There we go. Just like that. Because it's a bookmark. We don't have to worry about these getting stuck going in and out of pockets. But again, like I say, you don't want them really, really big either because, and I'm going to just take scissors. I'm just going to cut this in half. Yeah, my grandson's learned how to cook at home. When I was in high school, grade 10, that was the first year automotive was offered to girls in our school. And my mom said, you can learn to type anytime. You should learn how to change your own oil. And I went, all right. Or how to change a tire or whatever. Of course, learned much more than how to change oil or a tire. We learned carburetors and all kinds of stuff because all the teachers would have their cars repaired by the automotive class. So I'm just going to glue this against the side this way. I'm really getting into using these half flowers and things. I did that with a bunch of butterflies the other day as well. I think that was on ATC's. Sleeve fell off. Excellent. Excellent, Barbara. I've never made a souffle. Hey, Dana, welcome. Nice to see you. I am playing Bookmarks today. So I'm just chopping up my flowers, and we did this one already. Just page, painty paper, doodled, and then did a little tassel. Yeah, Teresa, exactly. Yes, they don't get much time for that at all now. They really don't. They've cut all that stuff. I mean, it's not the same as when we were working on cars either, because now it's all computerized. It's just, I don't know. I don't know. And then, of course, since I've been married, I haven't had to change my oil, or I can do it, but I've never had to. Ron's always looked after it for me. How are you, Teresa? Nice to see you. Yeah, and I was the only girl in auto shop too. And then I got a job at a gas station for weekends and evenings, and the men in the shop either made me prove myself that I could actually do this stuff, or they did it for me because they didn't think it was a woman's place. I don't know. I just don't know. Okay, so I've got those wildflowers on there. Oh, you had brothers who did that? My dad did woodworking. He really didn't do much with fixing cars. You needed help with the measuring? I can measure. I just don't like to measure. I guess you guys can tell that. But no, I think it's beneficial for you to be able to change your own tire, change your own oil. I think it's important. Wow, these petals go pretty deep. Pretty deep. And, if I'd have thought about it, I should have maybe left that petal so that it went over that. You don't dislike measuring, you loathe it? Yeah. If I can find shortcuts or anything, that's what I like to do. That's what I like to do. Dana did they did their tandem 10 last night on Dana's channel. I don't know if you guys are familiar with tandem 10s. Her, Becca, and Beth take turns mailing 10 identical, or well, not necessarily identical, but 10 of the same object to each other. And then every month they have to use those 10 objects on a project. They can use paint and markers, I think, and only one piece of their own paper and glue. Um, yeah. Okay, so there's that one. Now I'm going to do the same thing with a gold gel pen. I have it here someplace. I just add it. Oh my. Maybe I should just go back to bed and start again. Okay, I've got I don't know what this is. It's a metallic marker. I don't know if that's gold or bronze. I'm going to use it. Yeah, that's my problem. That's why I have hard time playing in the wood shop, because you got to measure stuff. I'm just doing squiggly lines crosswise on this. With the metallic Sharpie. Just adds a little bit more texture. You can't really see them. I guess in certain lights you will be able to see it. But they really don't show on here. Yeah, my dad did awesome carpentry. Bookmark number 2. Wild green. I don't know if I would like to. Yeah, we didn't have woodworking. I'm going to just follow these light green paint lines with black, because I think this is just too green. Too green, guys. Too green. You put backing so she never saw your boo-boo? That's awesome. Well, thanks, Belinda. I'm thinking that... What am I thinking? Good memory, really short. I'm going to put packing tape on this as well. If it covers these points. If it covers the points. I might have to trim it down. So did you guys have a good weekend? Anybody do anything really fun and exciting? I went to work on the onesies for my new great nephew, and my Cricut program on my computer was old and I had to update it. So I updated it, and now half the stuff that I used to use, I am not eligible to use anymore because I don't have a paid subscription. All right. That's kind of fun. Okay, where's my packing tape? It's not going to cover those green points. Now what? I wonder if I just took a little bit and did the points. Guess I need to glue it down to white paper. Well, that's not going to work. Nope. Getting a white paper. Oh, wait. I have one right beside me. Look. Yeah, Jan, my dad always let me help. I'm surprised, even my mother is surprised, that I still have all my toes because, you know what? How about if I just cut this down so that. What do you think? Do I take the points of the green off or not? Yeah, you're still unpacking? Well, you were away for a long time, Belinda. Yeah, my dad always let me help. The one thing that my mother hated was I was always barefoot and she was waiting me for to drop a chisel on my foot and cut off my toes. Never happened. Let's touch wood. Okay, what do you guys think? Should I take those points off so I can put packing tape on it? Or should I leave them and just leave it the way it is and just put it on white paper? Yep. Yeah, my dad did cabinets and furniture too. Yeah. That's just it. There's no gender distinction when it comes to tools. There's nothing wrong. Like my dad said, because he had two daughters, and well, you know, he said, you can do anything a boy can, if not better. He was very, very open minded for a gentleman of his generation. Liberal minded, I guess. But I mean, like when we had the cottage, I had to bait my own hook and all kinds of things. It was pretty funny because the very first time that Ron came out to the cottage with us, him and Dad were fishing, and I opted to stay at the cabin with my mom and visit. So Ron comes home and hands me a stringer of fish, and he says, "I caught him, you clean him." Yeah, my father-in-law was like that, Brenda. So anyway, he hands me this stringer of fish to clean, and so he, finishes unloading the boat with all the tackle and the rods and stuff, puts it in the boathouse, and comes up to the cottage and goes, "Wow, you done that fast?" And I said, "Done what?" He goes, "Cleaning the fish." I says, "No, they're hanging on the clothesline. I figured they were in the river long enough. They're clean. You can I just put them out to dry." So guess who ended up cleaning the fish? And it wasn't me. My poor husband. My dad just laughed. But yeah, my father-in-law was a little bit of a male chauvinist. I mean, that was their generation. That was how they were raised. So you can't really blame them, but you can. It just wasn't the norm back then, right? They just wasn't the way that they were raised. Okay, I'm gonna try and wobble cut to the tears. I guess I could probably tear it to the tears, but yeah, I'm just blathering. Are you guys following along with me? Are you guys doing your own thing, kind of the way I'm doing it? Are you playing along or just having a nice visit and chatting, which I don't mind either? Yeah, my mom just used to shake her head because she knew that you didn't dare me. Yeah, I think I was a nightmare child, actually. Your father in law was just a rotten human? Yeah, ego, Jan. Yeah, a lot of it was ego. I was very, very fortunate. Very fortunate in that way. That's kind of a really fun. Can you see the you can see the gloss paint, but I don't know if you can see the gloss lines from the marker. Okay, we're going to put a hole in this, and I think I want to use this orange for the tassel. Cutting glass, you were horrible at it. Yeah. Um, I think that there was something about cutting glass in one of the shops classes that Ron had taken, but my dad, thinking about it, because they had to put their own windows in and do all the points and everything for the windows, I think they learned how to cut glass because it was expensive. But yeah, I was never great at getting a nice cut on glass either. So like I said, I'm going to do an orange tassel. Oh, I should do it orange and green. Oh, yeah. I'm going to do it orange and green. So I'm going to take this. Got pink string all over the place. Put that over there. I'm going to take some of this variegated green and add it to the orange. And I'm going to make a tassel. So we're going to put this across the card. Then we're going to take this and wrap it around the card. I'm not going to bother taping it down this time. 1, 2. Look, it's all tangled up in this one. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you want to end where you started, because if you don't, you're going to have half a piece of string in your tassel and it's going to fall out. Margaret, I think that generation grew up learning all that stuff because they didn't have a choice. If they grew up in the war years or during the 30s, and even to this day, I am very fortunate that my husband knows, he could put in a plug, he can replace a lamp or, a light in the ceiling. He can, do some rudimentary plumbing. I'm very, very thankful that we don't have to call somebody to come and fix things every single time there's something that needs to be done. Okay, so now we're going to take the one to tie around the neck to choke it. An ag, she was going to be a vet. Oh. Focus major. Dual enrollment. My goodness. Oh, that's fabulous. Very fabulous. Okay. So again, about 1/2 inch down. Wrap it. Tie it. That's awesome. Because she knew what she wanted, right? Like that's an important thing. Good for her. Good for her. Okay, so I've tied the knot. We're just gonna, it's a little bit long, we're just gonna trim it off. When you hear things like that, it just goes to show. Okay, I got. What are you from? I have 3 thingies sticking out the top. Look at this. I don't know where this came from. Oh, okay. I obviously didn't catch it. I didn't fold it. It's okay. It shows that she had an excellent role model, Brenda. It really does. Obviously, she knew she had to work for what she wanted because that was instilled in her. And we're going to trim that off. And then we have a second bookmark. Am I boring you guys yet? I'm having fun. Yes. Determination is a big one. Definitely. Okay, so I've got these 2 little pieces of masterboard. We're going to glue them down onto this white paper that I just used. We do need more people in healthcare. But Sherry, you know what? A lot of people who go into healthcare here, like the nurses and things, they get offered big bucks to work in the States compared to what they would earn here. So I know of a lot of people who have got their nursing degrees and they have moved south because they can make more money in the States than they can here, which is a ruddy shame. Same thing with doctors. I had a doctor who was, just kind of did his practicum and whatever, and then was offered money down in the States at a hospital, and there he was gone. You can't blame them. That's a lot of education and a lot of student debt that they get into. Hey, Janine, how are you today? We're playing Bookmarks. I still have paint under my fingernails. That's horrible. I was painting yesterday a little bit. And I really have washed my hands. Okay, maybe it's just a discoloration. Yeah, bigger bucks south of the border for sure. Definitely. Okay, this corner's not sticking. I'm going to put some glue there. It's going to squish out. Yeah, that too. And, he was just a GP, but he got offered a position down south and he was gone. He left. He didn't think twice about it. Really didn't. Like I say, I was going to use these for belly bands, but I have quite a stash of belly bands together right now, so it's time to make some bookmarks. All right, so what are we going to put on these? They're green, and they've got some leafy things on them. Exactly, Belinda. Well, some of you like the Canadian neighbors, Anne. Not everybody, but some of you do. Yep. Sure wish I knew where my bone folder went. Could have sworn I put it away. I have a piece of wood. Oh, no, that's not going to work. It's not smooth enough. Not smooth enough! You have to pick your son up from work in 30 minutes. What are the roads like in the city, Janine? I think I'm going to head to Costco tomorrow morning. Okay, those can dry for a minute. And let's pull these ones that I put down here. And see if the paper's stuck well enough that we could work on these. You going to Costco Friday morning? I can't do Costco the morning that I stream. I don't mind running into like one of the small towns around here on mornings that I stream, but going to the city, I don't want to risk it. 6-year computer engineering degree, awesome. That's awesome. Cars sure aren't cheap these days. Okay, so I'm going to go as close to the cardboard as possible. It's got these little ziggy zags on it. I'm just going to try and trim it. No, they aren't helping me find the bone folder. They're not looking very much. Them and their crazy blank eyes. Crazy blank eyes. So I'm getting as close to this as possible. And if I'd have had any brains, I would have wrapped it around and glued it on the back. But no, I didn't. What are you? Didn't mean the hearts? $100 Procter & Gamble stuff and get 25 back? Ah. I don't buy much Procter & Gamble stuff, so I will go in tomorrow. That's going to be an awesome bookmark. What are we going to do with it, guys? What are we going to do? Yeah. Oh, rent is horrible. My grandson got very, very lucky. He's renting a place. Of course, he's sharing it with a friend, but he's only paying a little over $700, and it's got full access, kitchen, everything, right? Yard. So very, very lucky. I like that one too. We can have fun with these. Yeah, I don't. Apartment rent is so expensive. Although my girlfriend's son bought a condo in Ildishane, which is a little town just to the west of us, for those who aren't from Manitoba. It's about 10 kilometers west. And he paid almost $60,000 less than if he'd have bought a condo in Winnipeg. So there's still some, and it's only 15 minutes to the city. Okay, so I've got all these little scrappy bits. I'm putting them back in my collage fodder box beside me because I'm still doing the 100-day project, 100 days of using collage fodder. All right. So these are two of the prints that I pulled on Sunday. I like making bookmarks. Yeah, I do. This one, though, what about? Remember when we did these daisy napkins on strips? Is that too busy? Do the colors swear at each other? Or something like that? Is that too dark? I think these two need something really bright and punchy. Something like, I've got an idea. Oh, exactly. If he can stand living with his friends, perfect. Perfect, perfect. I'm thinking if I had bright green painty paper and I cut grass, this will be a lovely background. Just some tall grasses and then some flowers. This is actually stickers. It's a CD label thing. I did the gel print on. Okay. You know, what if I cut wobble grass out of this bright yellow stuff? I couldn't get very much of it though. Okay, let's it is a lovely little town. My daughter lives there. It's like 10 minutes away from me. Close enough to the city, so it's not bad for working. Look, I've got this. I think that would be better for leaves than grasses, I think. This is just scraped on paint. We'll use this. Here we go, lopping stuff, guys. And you knew darn well that I couldn't get past actually using this stuff. I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to cut grasses. So I'm just going to wobble cut thin strippy things. Just graduating trades. Yeah, that's just it. My grandson's roommate actually works out of town a lot, so he's gone for like 3 months at a stretch. So it works out pretty well for him. He's supposed to be coming for supper tomorrow. The travel nurse? Oh. Exactly, Brenda. Exactly. I think so. I could use it for both. It's a light enough green that it's grass-like, right? Just wobble cutting bits. That's for supper tomorrow. I have no clue. That's why I want to go to Costco. I'll wander around till something says, yeah, that's what you want to cook. I have leftovers from yesterday for today, so I don't have to cook today, which is awesome. I don't know about you guys, but some days I just get tired of cooking. I don't know. Exactly, Anne. Exactly, Anne. For sure. For sure. You know, whenever my daughter was going through a rough patch. Her and her kids would live with us. And because as an adult child, or as an adult, they've got all the additional stress. And then if they have to find a place to live, they don't have a partner to help with stuff. It's like, if you need to, you come home. And I just laughed because I would make her lunches for work. I would make her kids lunches for school. I mean, I wasn't working, so why the heck not, right? And you can go from this side because I really like that. This way, that was one less thing she needed to worry about, right? One less stress thing for her on her plate. I would much rather have my kids come home if they need to than have them have that additional stress. It does, Janine. It really does. My had a friend who moved in with her daughter and son-in-law and grandkids. Her and her husband. They had like a duplex. They had a suite in the basement, and it worked out well because then they could travel as much as they wanted to because there was somebody there looking after their house. She occasionally babysat so that her daughter and husband could have some adult time. Cause, we all struggled with that when we had kids. Yeah, everybody wants the 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom house now. Exactly. I think a lot of that has to do with because during the war and things, they were so poor. When they could finally stand on their own 2 feet and have their own places, that was a sign of prosperity. So in order to give that up, does that make sense? That they feel like they failed. Whereas to me, it makes so much sense. I loved having my kids and grands in the house. I really did. Really did. Five bathrooms. Yeah. I have 2. That's enough. Mine is just Ron and I here now. But I mean, when everybody's here for supper, it's a good thing to have 2 bathrooms. All right, so I've got grass on that one. I don't know if I want to put grass on the other one or not. I haven't decided yet. We'll start with this one. I've got this lovely piece of red and bluish kind of paper. Let's wobble cut some flowers for this. We are making bookmarks. I don't know if anybody's playing along. Kind of doing my own thing again. Yeah. Exactly, Sherry. Exactly. One of my daughters, her wages are incredible. She's earned every penny she makes. Well, both my daughters make really good wages. Oh, I'm sure it's the biggest house you've ever lived in, Anne, having had to move so often. Well said, Janine. Well said. That's the way I look at it too. Okay, so I just wobbled, cut some flowers. You guys know how that works in my world. Because I have to do florals. Florals are what make me happy. It is a tribute that your dog wants to be with you. I miss having my kids and grandkids here. All right, so we've got 5 flowers on this one, which is perfect. Let's doodle them up now. Right, Janine. I mean, our house is only 1,000 square feet, 1,024 or something. It was plenty big for having 2 kids. When daughter and grands end up staying with us, then I have to clean up my studio, which is the entire basement, so there's room for them. But for the most part, I really do like having a full house. And I don't know why. I mean, when I was little, my grandmother and grandfather from England lived with us for quite a while. Okay, I'm just doing black centers on these here flowers. And I'm just going to draw some petals. Don't know how these are going to work. I want 4 or 5 petals. Let's do 5. All right, I've got petals. Let's grab a red colored pencil and do some shading around the centers. Well, maybe I should have used a different color. That doesn't really show. What do I want? I got this. Oh, it's a play school. It's not going to work. Thought I pulled all those play schools out, guys. What the heck? This is a Crayola. It is peach. We'll use peach around the centers. Is it going to show? A little bit. Then, oh, there we go. There we go. Just doing peach around the centers of these flowers. Exactly, Anne. Oh, for sure. That's definitely a for sure. I believe it. Because if we downsize, there's nothing small here in town unless we got a condo, and there's no way I'm living in a condo until I absolutely have to. Okay, so these flowers, this painty paper is a gloss magazine page. So when I'm coloring it, it's scratching the paint. What am I going to use? I guess I'm going to have to use a marker. I'm going to use an orange marker. Just going around the centers, perking them up a little bit. Of course, the ones that have the navy blue on them, it doesn't perk very well, but more than one way to make these flowers look lovely. I'm not going to get quite the shading as I would if I had being able to use the pencil crayons without lifting the paint, scratching the paint. But that's the fun thing about doing this kind of work, right? Is you have to adapt. Yeah. See, I could live in a townhouse, maybe. I'm just going around the outside edge with some white. I think with me, it's a case of because my kids still like to come here for supper, and because they all have cats, I can't go to their place for supper. So I have to stay here. If that makes sense. And I don't know that I'm ready to give up my art space yet. I mean, some days when it's hard to get down the stairs, I do think about it. I'll just do some dots in the middle. Okay, let's do some funky lines on the grasses. This one we could definitely put under um, the packing tape or laminate it or whatever. I'm not going to worry about the back because it's a nice clean cardboard. Right. Oh, yeah, Sherry, exactly. It is hard to find a contractor. It really is. I don't need a bedroom that size either. What do you guys think? Should we put a tassel? Call this one done? Oh, am I putting tape on it? Yes. Yes, I am. Why not? $1,800 square feet's a nice size. Ours is a 3 bedroom, 2 baths. One of them is in the basement, but I get it. The reason I'm putting it on this piece of paper is just so that when I put the tape down, oh, didn't go down nice. Scissors. Okay, so we're doing bookmarks. Anybody else playing? Okay, Janine, take care. See you soon. I can't wait for it to become spring where the roads are really good. I have to get used to driving the new vehicle, and then I'm coming in. I'm going to haunt you guys. Oh, you betcha. I'm going to come a visiting. Okay, so we're going to cut right around this. thought that I had lots of bubbles in it, but because it's a collage, there's different thicknesses of layers. So again, this one was done on like a the Ziploc bag box pull out. Anybody playing along today? You tired of playing along after Sunday? You think this one's dynamic? It's interesting, that's for sure. Eight by 9. Oh, 4 feet. My living room, I believe, is 12 by 17, something like that. But the kids' bedrooms, one is 9 by 10, and the other one is 8 by 10. Yeah. So, yeah. Okay. I don't know what color tassel we should do on this one. What color tassel? I could do green. Let's do green. We'll do green. Cross. I keep wanting to pick those up as scissors. So have you guys learned how to do anything today? Have I given you guys ideas? Is what I want to get at. One, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I don't know. I lost count. It's fine. You've learned and been inspired. It's a good way to use up gel prints, right? Since we made so many of them this weekend, if you've got, thinner strips. Now we need the piece to go around. Yeah. Lots of gel prints. Well, I have a lot of painty papers. Like I say, I think there's 2 that I actually really, really liked as prints. This was one of them. But but they aren't nice enough. I can't say that. I wouldn't frame them. I wouldn't use them as a full page. Okay, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll tie the knot. Tie the knot. Watching me see your break. Oh, that's nice. Thank you, Brenda. Well, like I say, you can use bookmarks for so many different things. You don't have to use them in your journals. You could use them as gifts. You could use them for whatever you need to use them for. And they don't have to have these big, long, tassely things on. You could just add whatever you like. Oh, look. Again, I have one sticking out that didn't get put in the wrap. Out it comes. And as I say, if you are doing a journal and you can make your bookmarks, tassels as elaborate as you like. Personally, my journals are usually so full and has so much bits and things in that I do skimp on bookmarks. Yeah. Oh, for sure. Wouldn't that be a blast? Leave them in little free libraries. Because, I mean, seriously, they don't really cost much of anything to make. Not that anything I make costs much of anything to make. With a green tassel. And like I say, you can make your tassels a lot of fun with the sequins. Oh, look, that one fell off. But still, you can add sequins to your tassels. You could add little beads, whatever. Whatever you like. You getting sleepy? Oh, jet lag? Yeah. I get it. Jet lag can be a bummer. Really annoying. So I'm sure I haven't shown you guys anything that you didn't know or just needed a bit of a reminder of. So there's that. So I did get 3 complete. I've got this big long one. I don't know if I want to maybe do an abstract on it. How about if we take, what have I got? Got these paper buttons. It would be kind of fun if I had about something like that. I like that. I'm going to do it. And of course, this one, like I said, would have to go in a full-size journal because it's pretty darn big. And what could be really cute is if you actually stitched these on. That could be very cute. They are paper buttons. They are. I did this when I was doing that stocking up on collage fodder for the 100-day project. So again, I am not going to add anything more than these buttons. I am just going to put the tassel on. I may outline these. I haven't decided if it needs it or not. And I can get away with any colored tassel pretty much. Oh, I know what would be fun. Wait, I have an idea. I really like that. See, you don't have to go really elaborate. And the fun thing with doing the paper buttons is it doesn't add the bulk, right? And they're hand cut, obviously, because they're pretty wobbly. I have this crazy yarn. It's got all these different colors in it, right? It's got blue and yellow. I think I'm going to use that for the tassel. In fact, look, I've actually got a couple of pieces of embroidery floss. One's green, one's yellow. I'm going to use those as well. And this yarn. It is. It is. So, I mean, I could put a frame on this one, like, a long cutout frame and put some fish in it so it looks like an aquarium. Whatever you like to do. Whatever you like to do. So, should I put... I think I want to put the tape on this one. We'll make the tassel first. We'll put tape on that. Yeah, clusters would be great, especially if it's something this long. You could have a lovely cluster at the top. Actually, when my granddaughter turned 18, I did her a bookmark. So it was big enough it stuck out, and there was a nice, huge flower arrangement on it. Actually, those big funky flowers that I do on paper clips? Something like that would be fun on here. 2, 3. Let's add this stuff in. Where did it go? It's here, 3. Start here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, it's more black and white than anything, so it probably would look better on that. But having the embroidery floss in there should give that little bit of color. Yeah, bookmarks are just another background for using anything else that you would use in journals. You could collage on them. You could do them almost like a really big, long ticket. Oh, now see, I want to do that. I want to turn one of these into a big, long ticket. Don't you think that would be kind of fun? This is a big tassel. It's a big bookmark, so that's okay. So, first of all, let's shake this down because this bit of embroidery floss is a little bit long. See, it's got some pink and some blue. So it will pick up the colors in the bookmark. Let's get the string to choke it with. Okay, so let's turn this one into a big long ticket. Or should I use something more neutral colored? This one? Your choice. Blue or black. Not that that's, 3, 4, 5, 6. stroke this. Oh, for sure. Scraps from other part of the journal. That'd be a great idea. Of course, then I would probably want my flowers. Kind of sticks out a little bit. Just pull the knot a little bit tighter. That one sticks down. We'll just trim it with a haircut. Tape. Where's that? Keep them. I'm just going to use this backing to put the tape down. Put the tape down. Use this one. Okay, let's turn that into a ticket. So we need numbers. We need a little kind of printed. I'll find some advertising kind of things. Like a little coupon or something to put on there. I love packing tape. This is back of some labels. So again, I hope that I have given you some different ideas. Of course, you can edge them with inks and stuff before you put tape on. I don't have any muck water around at the moment to do that with either. Tape gives it a nice bit of a glossy finish. Not very happy with the way this corner is. But that's because when I was pulling it off, it pulled up just a little. So I could always come and just trim that off. I'm going to leave it, see what happens. We will see what happens. Okay, we will put... Trying to get rid of this tape that's stuck to me. Doesn't want to play. It's like when you put a piece of tape on the bottom of a kitten's paw. And it drives them crazy and they run around the house trying to get it off. And poor things. Very traumatic. But kind of fun to watch. Here. Me. Yeah, that was very sticky hands. Ooh. This is that yarn that is such a loose twist. I don't think I left myself enough to tie a decent knot. We'll figure it out. There we go. There we go. And then I just trim it right there by the knot. That's a fun bookmark. Okay, let's make this into a ticket. So we need some sort of advertising that would go down the center, or even just some really fine book print. I have this book of savings. So it's got all these little coupon-y things in it. We used to be able to buy these. They were $20, and look at all these coupons in here. They were used as fundraisers for the kids at school. I would buy them because some of them were like 20% off your groceries, 10% off your groceries. So just in that, I made my money back. And then my kids would take them, because you could get tickets to games, like baseball games and things like that. Okay, so don't know that I want both of these on here. They're just a little bit big. I'm going to trim it down. Oh, inchies. Yeah, definitely. That would be awesome. And I'm going to trim that off. I'm going to put that in the middle. See, I still want to see the background. Still want to see the background. Did I cut that really wonky? I did. I really did cut that wonky. We can put that there. You know what? Maybe I'm going to put that there so that I still have this, and then I can just put a bunch of numbers and things on there. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I hadn't thought of that tape in years either. Okay. I'm going to put this at this end, and this is where I'm going to punch the hole because there's a lot of white there. Now let's grab my bin of numbers. I have a bin of numbers. Really, I do. Yeah, where's my bin? I wouldn't have moved that bin very far, really, because I have this. It's got numbers, but it's more a case of their little calendars and things. I will find them, guys. Bear with me just a couple more minutes. Did I move them over there when I closed the Sunday? I bet you I moved them. Just going to back 40 over here. I will just look quick. Of course not. Ooh, not fun. Found him. Ha. So, I have a bin with numbers. So let's put a nice number across the top. This is that Sudoku puzzle book. So you get lots of lovely numbers out of a Sudoku puzzle book. We're going to hope that this looks like a ticket by the time we're done. And how about if we do a strip of numbers down here? Kind of like had a whole bunch of old calendars. So I chopped up, when you get the full month. So I've got things like that. Boxes you packed never came undone with that tape. There was that other packing tape that had the string in it. That was brutal tape. Really brutal tape. Nine to 5. Craft packing tape. They both have it online? Wow. All right. So I need some other kind of like a word kind of thing here. You could do puzzle. Puzzle 6. That's fun. Ron's busy in the shop. There's a leak in our heating system out there right now. So he had to go and get parts to fix the and what else? What else should we put on there? We could put the show and save thing. Because that's an interesting. Yeah! I remember those dispensers. Definitely. Just going to cut this strip of words off. Show and save. Got to trim it right down. See, might just fit on this across the middle. It does. It does, it does. And how about this number 22? Oh, it's on a calendar. I don't know. It's a glossy calendar. Now I've got fingerprints all over it. I think I just want the 22. See if I can cut out reasonably straight. Yeah, it does have some crazy adhesive. You're right. Well, it's not necessarily a ticket, but it's kind of fun. I think I need the word ticket, but I don't know if I've got anything that has the word ticket in it. Ooh. There's a time. 7 to 9:30 p.m. Let's put that here. It's an older packing tape. It's about an inch wide and it's kind of yellowy. cellulose base, plasticky base, but it had string in its glue so that you couldn't just rip it off. It was brutal. It was absolutely brutal to get off. Okay, so now we need to cut it so that it looks like a ticket. So we got to kind of do reverse rounded edges. Yes, no, not really. Carpet tape, okay. Carpet tape's brutal too. I think it needs something more than just that one little blob of color. Hmm. Oh, what about, where's my lid? My glue lid? Oh, thanks, Sam. This one has some really nice color here. And it's kind of fun because this is still wheelies. Oh, this is not wheelies. This is the Gold Eyes baseball team, Winnipeg baseball team. I want to take this free entry in yellow. It's little. I put my glue away, didn't I? You got a cup of coffee? Awesome. To keep you awake? That says free entry. Oh, yeah. For Tyvek? Yeah. Okay, so let's grab a yellow marker. We're going to do some highlight in yellow here. Got this yellow marker. I'm going to draw a box around this. Doesn't show, guys. It doesn't show. Very pale. Very pale. Bah humbug. I have an idea. I have an idea. Oh, I need these for tomorrow. Look, things are falling down all over the place. I'm going to use this because it's bright yellow. Much better. And this one. Oh, hang on. Sorry, guys, my kid. All right. All right. I kind of like that, just the way it is. What do you guys think? Enough yellow? Do you think it's got enough color? I think it does. I think, though, I would like to go with black around the 95. And around this 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. Maybe in this yellow square, like the yellow highlight around. I think it just needs a bit of a frame. Oh, it's not straight. Oh well. There. I like it. Okay, we're going to put tape on this now. Put the numbers. Oh, guys, that side desk, my goodness gracious. That's all I can say. We'll put the tape on. I'm going to use that black woolly stuff. This stuff for the tassel again. I think that would be an appropriate tassel for this. Okay. I thought that I had folded up the corner when I put it down. Here it is. Right. Exactly, Anne. Yeah. Oh, maybe that 3925 needs an outline as well. There we go. There we go. Much better. Much better. Now, of course, if you want, you can tape the back as well, to make it totally waterproof. Then it looks like it's been through a laminating machine. Your eyes feel like sandpaper? Oh. That's annoying when that happens. It really is. Let's do that because I can. Uh-oh. I have a pucker in it. Okay. We'll just press it down good and let it be the way it is. Oh my goodness. Tape just rolled off the desk into a bag of stuff. And it spilled all over the place. I had a night like that the other night. I was awake at like 3 in the morning or some silly thing. So I came on and played. Jasper and Anina kept me company. I was on for like 3 hours in the middle of the night. It's crazy. But when you can't sleep, right? I like the way this one turned out. And of course, if I was thinking about it more so, I'm sure that um, could make them much more ticket-like. Got a lot done today, I'm sure. Okay, so I was going to punch a hole here. And as I say, I'm going to use that black stuff again for making the tassel. So it's a little bit into the number. That's okay. I really like this one. And I really wish I would have put tape on the back now. I could cut the tassel off and redo it. Oh my. Okay. I have no idea where that roll of tape went. That fabric bit's getting caught under the wheels of my chair. Oh, you know what? That roll of yarn is now on the other side of the table beside me on the floor. So I am going to do that tassel off screen. I would like to thank everybody for being here. I hope I inspired you to try something fun with your bookmarks. Again, if you make any, please show them on Meet Your Creativity. I would love to see them. And on that note, I will see you guys on Friday. Yeah, it wouldn't be hard to punch that hole at all. You're welcome. I always have fun when I'm here with you guys. So have a wonderful couple of days, and hopefully Jean will be here to play on Friday. I have no idea what we're doing because we don't usually decide until like 10 o'clock in the morning. So I can't prepare you guys for that. And next week, remember, we are doing journal cards. They're just bigger things like this, right? Right. All right. Take care, everybody. Hugs. I appreciate each and every one of you, everybody in the balcony, everybody who's going to watch and replay, anybody who decides to try this and post on Meet Your Creativity. You know, hugs to you all. Have a wonderful day. Bye now. Oh, see? Gotta find my cursor because I had to answer my kid. Hugs, guys. Bye.